In today's video, we are going to analyze everything Ryuen did in Year 1 arc of Classroom of the Elite. So if you are new to the channel, subscribe for more Classroom of the Elite analysis. So without wasting time, let's get started. After joining the Anhs, only in 1 month, Ryuen was quickly able to take control and become the leader of the Class C. He also defeated Ishizaki, Albert and many more, who were opposing him in the class, and make them obey him as their leader, or more like a dictator. Not only that, he was able to understand the mechanism of this school system early on, compared to the others. That this schools allows themes like violence, manipulation and much other dirty tactic, compared to in other ordinary high schools. By understanding this underlying loophole, he was full-on ready to exploit it. In Year 1 Volume 2, he have created a plan to sabotage and expel Sudo. However, it got failed due to Ayanokoji's intervention. Now we come to Year 1 Volume 3, the first island exam. Every class started with 300 points in the exam. Class B and Class D were just doing things the normal way, so they were going to get 125 to 185 class points in the end. But what happened between Class A and C was, Ryuen gave equipment and information to Class A. So Class A is getting 200 points from Ryuen. In exchange, Ryuen gets private points equivalent to that 200 points till graduation. So Ryuen now has 800k, that is 20k into 40 students private points a month. Katsuragi gets 400 plus class points, but they have to pay 800k private points, which is equivalent of 200 class points a month. Ryuen slightly beats up Kaneda and Ibuki, to make them look like convincing castaways, and sends them to spy on Class B and D. He then uses the last 100 points for entertainment, and boosting morale of his class, and make the entire class leave the exam, except for himself, keeping a walkie-talkie to communicate with his spies. From Class B and D's perspective, they would see that Ryuen doesn't care about the exam and spent all of this points partying. Kaneda and Ibuki were perhaps kicked out because they didn't wanted to waste all those points, which was convincing given Ryuen's reputation of ruling Class C with an iron fist. After most of Class C went back to the cruise ship, Ryuen stays hidden on the island, and constantly send out orders to the spies to retrieve info on Class B and D's leaders for Katsuragi. Class C's ideal win plan calculated by Ryuen was, at start he has 300 points same as other classes, then he will spend on 200 from giving to Class A due to their contract, and 100 points for partying. According to him he will gain the following, plus 26 from securing 2 spots, plus 50 from guessing Class B's leader, plus 50 from guessing Class D's leader, and plus 50 from guessing Class A's leader through Hashimoto, which equals to 176 points. Guessing the other classes' leaders means they will lose 50 points each, and will negate all of their bonus points from guessing leaders and securing spots. Theoretically, Ryuen would have wiped the floor with this exam, but a certain elite knew he was still on the island, and wiped his hope and dreams by guessing Ryuen as the leader, removing all points Ryuen had, and leaving him with 0 points. This exam demonstrates Ryuen's cunning and creative mindset of using what he has, and find workarounds along with his ability to make calculated decisions, plus risks that would benefit both long-term and short-term. Ryuen may have taken the L, with 0 points due to ayanokoji, but he now has lots of free monthly private points due to Katsuragi, plus he now has a good idea of how the other classes operates. Now we come to Volume 4, the VIP exam. After a devastating loss, Ryuen has 2 objectives: destroy Class A, and search for the mastermind of Class D. For that mastermind searching, Horikita was made to look like the puppet master by Ayanokoji, so Ryuen tormented her on multiple occasions in this exam, leading conversations and getting reactions out of her. Utilizing his ability to get info out of other people's reactions, and seeing that she gives out very straightforward questions and answer, Ryuen deduces that Horikita was in fact not X. On the second day, Ryuen stated that he has figured out the loophole of this exam. The VIP pattern relies on 2 things: the Japanese alphabetical order of the group members' names, and the order of the Chinese zodiac. So for example, Kei Karuizawa was 4th in her group alphabetically. Her group was the rabbit group. Rabbit is the 4th animal in the Chinese zodiac, that means that Kei is the VIP. The method Ryuen used to crack the pattern was gathering the name of 6 VIPs in total, 2 from Class B, 3 from his own class and 1 from Class D, line them up, and deduce it from there. The one from Class D was Kushida. She was secretly meeting up with Ryuen, and was later revealed to be the traitor in Class D. The 2 from Class B were given to him by Kanzaki, in exchange for Ryuen guessing one of the Class B VIP wrong, so their class can get back the 50 points lost due to Koenji. Ryuen's mission in this exam was to crush Class A. After cracking the VIP pattern, he guessed all groups that had Class A VIPs to sink them and giving Class C a massive win. This volume is really good, as well as an underrated one. I have also made a special in-depth video about how Ayanokoji moved beyond the scenes in this exam in which no one realized. You should check out that as well. Now coming back, Ryuen's deductive abilities is at full display here, as he was able to comprehend the underlinings of the exam very quickly, and come up with methods to gather info, and use it to deduce the exam's pattern. Now we come to Volume 5, that is Sport Festival. In this, Ryuen didn't actually use too much complex tactics. Ryuen used a handful of tricks, like coating his bandana in hair gel, so it would be harder to grab and take it, and injuring Kinoshita to frame and trap Horikita Suzune. Near the end of the volume, he also anticipated that Horikita would record him, while explaining his injuring Kinoshita plan to her, so he pulled an Uno reverse card and recorded whole conversation, including the part where he said it was speculation, just in case Horikita cut that part out, but once again Ryuen's plan failed due to a certain X. Here, he completely saw through Horikita. Now we come to Volume 6, Paper Shuffle Exam. In the Class C, Ryuen was furious. This was because in Volume 5, Ayanokoji sent him a clip of the exact moment where Ryuen was scheming to frame Horikita, which means there was a spy in his class. He then found out that the spy was a visibly shaking Manabe. Manabe told him everything that happened during the VIP exam. Ryuen got 2 new suspects, Yukimura and Ayanokoji. It could be one of these 2, but Ryuen also theories that X could be the one sending these 2 out. Ryuen managed to deduce that X does not care about Horikita, because X could have sent the video to Ryuen during the festival, but he didn't. X sent it after. X let the events played out. X let Horikita fall into Ryuen's trap. That way, X could have more freedom. It's no longer evidence of Ryuen just trying to target Horikita, it was a concrete evidence of Ryuen did target Horikita. But why didn't X send that video to the school? Ryuen theories that X let Ryuen torment Horikita on purpose, which makes sense because there was no message sent along with the audio. X didn't tell Ryuen to back off or anything. Ryuen also deduces that X wasn't going for Class A, or else he'll be trying harder. While going to submit test questions to the school, Horikita and Ayanokoji bumped into Ryuen. Horikita mocks Ryuen about having a traitor in his class, but Ryuen said no one would be stupid enough to betray him. Now why does he say that? Because Ryuen relies on others' reactions to piece together information, and Ayanokoji is still a suspect. X would know that someone did betray Ryuen. This was Ryuen basically saying that he found X a spy. This would elicit a reaction out of X. Too bad Ayanokoji is Ayanokoji, so Ryuen didn't get any reaction out of him. In Kushida's confrontation with Ryuen, near the end of the volume, Ryuen knew that X would frame Kushida even before the final test has happened, because we saw him reaching into Kushida's blazers, and that it would be normal for X to try to get rid of a traitor in the class. Now we come to Volume 7, the climax of his battle with his ex. Ryuen invites Kei to the rooftop. He knew Kei had to show up because Ryuen had her secret. He knew about Kei's past from Manabe. He pieced together all of the clues he got and came to the conclusion that Kei did not want her past leaked, and that X would protect Kei in her past, if she decides to go along with X's plan. Ryuen also texted X, letting X know that he invited Kei to the rooftop, and would extract info from her through whatever means necessary. This threat is effective because if K is just a pawn, there's a chance X would abandon her, but if K breaks, X would definitely be found out. Through the info that Manabe have provided, Ryuen understood that people with intense trauma can lose their grip on reality. If placed in a situation that reawakens those memories, Ryuen will place K in that situation, and extract X's identity from her. If Ryuen doesn't reveal K's past, he would have leverage against both X and K, but if he reveals it, that leverage is gone, so Ryuen has one chance to play this right. Ryuen has to figure out how deep the bond is between K and X. On the rooftop, Ryuen straight up asked K who she's working for, and she denies it, but seeing from her mannerisms, Ryuen figures that K's plan was to deny everything. This is a recurring theme throughout the rest of this scene. Ryuen uses what info he has to get reactions out of K, and deduces everything from there. Ryuen's plans in this volume really did work. He was able to find out about X's identity, though he did lose at the end, because of Ayanokoji did engineer everything, and completely outplayed, and defeated Ryuen with ease. At this point Ryuen's spirit was shattered. He was even going to leave the school, but once again Ayanokoji came in between, and not let Ryuen leave the Anhs. After this Ryuen stay low for 3 whole volumes, because he was not motivated. But after the flowing of few months, his spirit started to come back and stronger than ever before. In the final special exam of first year he won against Class B by using laxatives. Although it wasn't something great, he did won in the end, because he was up against the naive Ichinos. But even here Ryuen didn't stop. Ayanokoji teaches to Ryuen that if Ryuen still uses this cheap and risky methods, he can never be able to defeat Ayanokoji. He said to Ryuen that if it were him, he was able win with more safer and reliable strategy than him. Ryuen has taken this advice to his heart. And once again Ryuen started to grow, after hearing this final advice. This is only a first part of Ryuen's growth. I will make a second part which will be everything Ryuen did in Year 2 arc, where we will discuss and analyze the new and stronger Ryuen, and his more clever strategies than ever before. So that's it for today's video. We have analyzed and understand everything Ryuen did in Year 1. Hope you have enjoyed. Subscribe for more Classroom of the Elite videos. Tell your thoughts about Year 1 Ryuen in comments section. Till then, take care.